Hey, what's going on? Phil from Fit World Exposed, back again with Adam Shore. Today's new episode, we got the cheat curl on the menu. So we're gonna be dissecting this lift, talking about all the benefits, the technique, along with the host of mistakes, because Adam actually showed me this exercise. It's a great exercise for the biceps, and we just have to share it with you guys in today's episode. It's not a lift that's really talked about, and when you see a lot of lifters doing it, it tends to be very butchered for the most part. So let's get into it.
All right, guys, so the cheat curl. By no means would I ever give this exercise to a beginner athlete. It's more for intermediate and advanced people who have stagnated in their arm development, simply because beginners, you want to teach good, proper form with no swinging, strict technique. For myself, I started incorporating these because I was determined to bring up my bicep size, very weak muscle for me in terms of development. So basically, it's a great way to overload the eccentric portion of the movement. So the lowering of the weight. You might not be able to actually curl this weight concentrically, but there's still a benefit development-wise when you're able to overload the eccentric portion.
All right, so the two biggest benefits of the cheat curl is eccentric overload and also shocking with the biceps with something they've never done before. So as far as the eccentric overload is concerned, it's very similar to the push press. On the push press, your triceps and delts get the eccentric overload. The same thing can be said about the cheat curl. So the cheat curl is very similar to the push press on many levels. It's a great lift to overload the muscles. It's not the only lift you want to do. You obviously want to do some strict work as well, but the cheat work definitely has its place if you're past the novice stage. Secondly, if you've been doing strict curls all your life, it's time to spice things up a bit and do some cheat curls. Just try it out. You have nothing to lose. Your biceps could respond well to it, especially if you do it with the proper form, which is what we're going to explain now. So speaking of the technique, Adam's going to grab the bar. Very straightforward. He's going to do a quarter RDL, and then he's just going to use a bit of hip drive to get it up. We want a 3 to 5 second eccentric, so 1, 2, 3. As far as where you want to bring the bar, you go to the chin level, go to clavicle level. You can even go a couple inches in front of the chin. So Adam just trained arms, so it's a little bit rocky, but that's pretty much the gist of it. So the second biggest mistake is putting way too much lower back into it. Like when it comes to cheat curl, we're giving you a bit of hip drive, but you don't want to get too greedy and try to lift way more than you could actually handle. So Adam's going to demonstrate right now. We don't want to lean back too much. That's enough. I don't want you to get hurt. So we don't want to lean back too much and injure ourselves. So the last biggest mistake is catching the cheat curl with your knees. We don't want to do this because we want to milk the eccentric for all it's worth. That's the whole purpose of the exercise. And when you catch it with your knees and you kind of just duck down to catch the weight, it just defeats the purpose overall. So Adam's going to demonstrate the wrong way to do it. He's catching it with the knees. So he's not getting as much of a pronounced eccentric. We want to do instead, slight RDL, come up, torso's vertical, 3 second eccentric, just like that.
All right, guys, so that was the cheat curl. I hope you learned something valuable from this episode. Like I said, it really helped me bring up my front double biceps. So thanks for having me on the channel, Phil, and we'll catch you guys next episode.